Hi, I'm Ben. I'm small. You guys noticed? Pretty much immediately? Yeah. Yeah, I only weigh 125 pounds. All right, come. It's not that big. It's just a thing. It's not really like a... I said that at a show once. There's a woman in the crowd that just went, "Oh, no." I was like, "Ma'am, I'm small. I'm not in danger. It's not even windy out. I checked. I'm not going anywhere." I'm also only 5'5". I'm short and small, it's a fun combination that makes me look younger than I am. And I get it. I am a young person, right? But I am 25 years old, and my biggest fear in life is just two kidnappers making an honest mistake. Terrifying. My entire childhood, I would cringe at the sight of a Nissan Astro van every time. I don't want to scare you guys too much too quick, but I am from Florida. That's too much for that state, don't you think? I like how it looked like she was telling you, please don't cheer for that. She's like, stop it. No. Yeah, I was born and raised in Daytona Beach, Florida, and I moved... silence is right for that one. Moved to Orlando at about 20, which was cool. The first thing I did when I got to Orlando is I went to one of our 87 theme parks with a friend of mine who passes out briefly on roller coasters. And it would have been a lot of fun for me, too, had he told me. No, I found out on the roller coaster. Yeah, we sat down, rockin' roller coaster. He picked out the song "Don't Wanna Miss a Thing" and then proceeded to immediately and aggressively miss everything. I looked over, all I saw was, He looked like he was trying to sell cars on the side of the highway. Yeah, that's fun, isn't it? I thought he died. He woke back up a few seconds later. I hit him. I was like, no, don't like that. Because I've seen movies. The only things that come back from the dead are zombies and Jesus, and he's not Jesus. Jesus probably would have told me, you think, right? I hit him. He was like, what was that for? I was like, not today, Satan! Now, neither one of us are welcome back on the ride. Oh, man. Growing up in Florida was dangerous. I think that's the right adjective for that. We have all the normal dangers that everybody else has, but we don't really care about those because we have Floridian dangers, too. We're way too preoccupied by those. Like, the first time I ever performed in Atlanta, a friend of mine pulled me aside. He was like, yo, Atlanta, be careful. It's dangerous. You could get shot. And I was like, do you know where I live now? I live in Orlando, Florida. I am an hour from the shark bite, the lightning strike, and the meth capitals of the world. 2 hours south, someone got high on bath salts and ate a face. 30 minutes north of my house right now, there's a lake filled with over 10,000 alligators. And sometimes during hurricane season, those alligators get lifted from the lake and launched into neighboring backyards, Sharknado style. Do you think I'm scared of your bullets? Stop him. I'd be like, look, man, my name is Ben. I'm an uncle. That makes me Uncle Ben. So if you shoot me, you create Spider-Man. That's how this works. I'll be dead, but Tobey Maguire's gonna find you. So Atlanta was fun. I stayed there with some comedian friends of mine that I have, and they lived right around the corner from a convenience store called Jiffy Groceries, which was fun because the J was missing. Just said Iffy Groceries, and nobody's tried to fix it for a while. Like, there's not even a tan line where the J used to be. It's just a couple brackets blowing in the wind. That's all there is. That's how long it's been gone, which can only mean one thing. The owner agrees with the new sign. Like, he came into work one day, saw Iffy Groceries on a building he owned, and just went, yeah, that's probably more accurate. Learned something recently. I learned that if you go to a Taco Bell that's currently hiring, at the bottom of their receipt, it will say, now hiring, dreams do come true. Whose? I didn't realize I hired Shaggy and Scooby-Doo for this PR campaign. And they say it in bold letters like they believe it, you know? I was in a very vulnerable spot in my life when I saw this for the first time. I thought I was wrong. Like, I read it and I was like, am I dreaming improperly? I have this crazy dream that one day I'll become rich and famous and I'll be able to use my wealth and influence to end homelessness in America. But Taco Bell's out here like, whoa, reel it in, buddy. How about a chalupa? How about that, you know? We could feed the homeless if they pay. How about that, you know? And I don't want to stand up here and make fun of you if you ever worked at a Taco Bell, but that's not a dream people have. Like, I've never walked into a Taco Bell and seen like a Make-A-Wish kid behind the register or something. Some of you guys pulled away on that one. And you're not wrong. But neither am I. Have you guys seen it? No, you haven't, because it hasn't happened. Nobody's ever walked into a hospital room and like, hey, Timmy, the foundation said they'll grant your wish. What do you want to do? Go to Disney, meet LeBron? And Timmy's like, nah, I want to make a taquito. How they get 12 tacos in that pack? I gotta know. What makes it supreme? I did not get the job at Taco Bell. At the time, I was working at a call center in Orlando, which is not fun. And some of you guys may have actually heard of us. Whenever we do our international calling, the caller ID will pop up with our business name. It'll say something like scam likely. Have you guys heard of us? Yeah, my whole job was to let you know that your extended warranty was about to expire. I should have prefaced that joke with, that's a joke, please don't hate me. That's not a thing I actually did. I worked at a very normal call center in Orlando. We would just call previous customers that has purchased our products in the past. We would offer them free products in the future. And every time I called somebody, they would not answer. It was great for my self-esteem. And whenever they did that, I'd have to write NA next to their name on a piece of paper, which stands for no answer. And it makes sense. But I always hated it, because at a glance, it would just make the paper look like it was mocking you all day. You'd walk in, all you'd see is, Justin Smith. Nah. And then 50 more of that. The only thing I could ever do to break up the monotony was after every 16 nahs, I'd write, Batman. If the person next to you is not at least chuckling at that joke, go ahead and take this time and sing it to them real quick. If they still don't get it, leave them. They're too young for you. Okay? I'm up here looking out for you, okay? Before I got that job at the call center, I was actually working with the U.S. Army Reserve. I did 6 years there, and that sucked. The only reason reason I really bring it up to let you guys know that I had a military ID. It's a driver's license. It has my picture on it, has an expiration date on it, and that part would have been really good for me to have paid attention to and remembered the date of. Mine expired about 4 years into my 6-year contract. And I had to go up to Jacksonville, Naval Air Station in Jacksonville to get it renewed, which at the time was about 2.5 hours away from where I lived. And I had to go up to NAS Jackson. On NAS Jax, they had a building that was exclusively for ID card renewal. They did not do anything else in this building except renew ID cards. I need you to know that for later. And I got on base, and I walked into the building, and I handed the ID to the guy at the desk, and he looked at it for about 3 seconds and just went, "Hey, man, this is expired." And I said, "Excellent work, detective." I can see why they've hired. Guy, that's like pulling up to a mechanic and the guy just going, "You know, got a flat tire on your car?" "Yes, I do." "You are truly doing the Lord's work at this Walmart tire center, aren't you, bud? You are crushing it." And I looked the guy in the face and I was like, "Yes, that is why I am here in the building exclusively for ID card renewal. You should know that. You work here." And he said, "Right, okay, well, I can't take a picture of you with facial hair. Do you have a razor on you?" And I patted my pockets as if that was just a thing people carried around. And I said, "No, I must have left that at home with the other things people leave at home." And he said, "Oh, okay. Well, what you can do is go across the street to the commissary. There you can buy some razors, and then you can come back, go in a bathroom, shave your face, take a picture, and be on your way." And I said, "That sounds like an unnecessary step." And he said, "Is this your first day in the Army?" And I said, "Fair point." So I went. I walked across the street to the commissary, and for those of you that don't know, a commissary is like a supermarket on base. In the shop there, you must be military personnel or family thereof, which means any given day, it's mostly just wives, which means any given Tuesday, the place is filled with retired strippers. You guys got it? Yeah, you're... Oh, what? Oh, what is it now? Future nurses? Is that the phrase? How is that worse? They're getting an education. I'm not the bad guy here. Meet someone in the military. They'll tell you I'm not wrong. Jeez, Lou. So I walked in the strip club, and I go to buy razors. As I'm checking out, I hand the guy at the register my ID and the razors, and he looks at my ID for a few seconds and just says, "Hey, man, this is expired." And I said, "That's not even your job." That's like trying to buy razors at a Walmart. The guy at the register just goes, "You know you got a flat tire on your car? Are you the same guy from the tire center? What is happening here?" I looked at him and I said, "Yeah, I know that. I actually went to the tire center earlier and he told me I couldn't take a picture of facial hair, so he sent me here to buy razors, which you know because you're holding them right now." And he said, "Oh, okay. Well, I can't sell you anything with an expired ID. So what you can do is leave base. Take a right. There's a super Target there. Then you can go into Target, buy some razors, and then you can come back, get on base, go in a bathroom, shave your face, take a picture, and be on your way." And I said, "That sounds like an unnecessary step." So I went. I left base, I took a right, I walked into Super Target. I bought razors at Target. Target didn't really care that my ID was expired, and I feel like that's worth mentioning right now. And as I'm coming back, I realized the amount of time it took me to go to Target, buy razors, and come back, they had replaced the person at the main gate with someone else who cared about their job just a little bit more than the previous person had. Because when I handed them my ID, he looked at it for about 3 seconds and just went, "Hey, man, this is expired." And I said, "Ding, ding, ding, you are my 1 millionth customer! You win nothing!" And he said, what? And I said, never mind. I've already been on base today, man. I got on base. I went to the tire center. He said I couldn't take a picture of facial hair. He sent me to the strip club. Strip club said they couldn't sell me razors with expired ID. He sent me to Target. Target didn't really care that my ID was expired, and I feel like that's worth mentioning right now. I just need to get on base. And he said, I can't let you on base with an expired ID. So what you can do is go in this building over here and ask for a pass. They'll give you one. Then you can get on base, go in a bathroom, shave your face, take a picture, and be on your way. And I said, is that your motto? Ha ha, thank you. So I went. I walked into the building and I walked up to the guy behind the window and I slid him my ID under the window. Before I let go of it, I said, excuse me, sir. My ID's expired. I already know that. I'm here to get it renewed. Thank you. And he said, okay. And he looked down at my ID for a few seconds. He looked up at me and he kind of held it up and compared the two. Then he looked back down at the ID and he said, hey man, this is expired. Tire center. He said I couldn't take a picture of facial hair. He sent me to the strip club to buy razors. Strip club said they couldn't sell me razor expired ID. He sent me to Target. Target didn't really care that my ID was expired. I feel like that's worth mentioning right now. And I get back to the main gate. He said I couldn't get on base with expired ID. I told him I already went to the tire center, the strip club, and Target. Target was really nice to me. And he sent me here so I could get a pass, so I could get on base, so I could go in a bathroom, shave my face, take a picture, and be on my way. I have had a long day. Can you please help me? And he said, well, how do I know you're still in the Army if your ID's expired? Do you have your contract on you? And I patted my pockets. And I said, no. I must have left that at home with my razors! And he said, well, then there's nothing I can do. And he slid my ID back under the window and he closed it and he stared at me like a nighttime 7-Eleven employee. So I left. That's the end of the story. I wish it ended differently too. I wish I could stand here right now and tell you I broke the window that day and forced that man to write me a pass so I could get on base, go in a bathroom, shave my face, take a picture, and be on my way. But that's not what happened that day. What happened that day is I left base, I went to a gas station parking lot, I ate an entire pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and I cried. So the moral of the story is, if you can do something small to help someone have a better day, you should. And if you get the chance, shop at Target.